Namaste, Jai Bharat. Summer is on, and summer is very serious in the original real Punjab in Bharat and also in the duplicate second order Punjab in Pakistan. Here now they start crying about, literally crying about Sindhu water treaty. And crying comes out as big words. You cannot stop water. We have stopped it for a year and a half and plus. We are not giving you water. Simple. And there are many people in Pakistan who keep coming to social media and challenge. Some of the opposition leader, I don't want to take his name, said that if Bharat makes dams, we will send missiles. We will send missiles. You send. And this man, Asim Munir, that of course I have to take his name, says that Hindus and Muslims cannot exist. Well, that's not his invention. This had been what Syed Ahmad Khan, Jamaluddin Afghani, and such people, the Durrani, and there's so many people who stood for two-nation theory were very confident about that Hindus and Muslims cannot coexist. And the narratives were so interesting. Yes, it went like something like this. The bell sound from the temple is irritating to a Muslim, and the Azan, that is shouting from the mosque, is disliked by the Hindus. Now, like narratives, such narratives they have done in post 1857, especially with 1910 onwards. Now, this hatred had been implanted in them primarily because of their inferiority complex, I would say. They have inferiority complex for all kinds of reasons, not just one reason. Such plenty of reasons. They have so inferiority complex, and that turns into anger, and that anger is under frustration. Anger, when it is frustrated, turns into hatred, and hatred of an irredeemable nature. And this hatred they have cherished, and they have taught such hatred in the madrasas and handed it over to, or transmitted it over to all the youngsters born in Pakistan. And all the youngsters born in Pakistan were madrasa trained, including their field marshal Asim Munir. They were all madrasa characters, so they have been brainwashed right from birth or right from childhood into hating Hindus. So one of the principles that guides them is hatred towards chiefly Hindus, Jews, and then any Kafirs. And the Kafir is an interesting concept. Whosoever do not agree to a particular individual's particular way of understanding a particular religion is termed as Kafir. Here, of course, the particular religion is Islam, and the different people understand Islam in different way. And each one, whosoever is not agreeing to or understanding Islam in the typical way that one person understands, is treated as a kafir. So it becomes a complex concept and very self-defeating kind of a thought. With this hatred, they have continuously waged war against Bharat. Not real war, actually, it is shadow war. And this hatred manifests. And we will not give them water until and unless they stop terrorist activities. And they will say that they are not having anything to do with terrorism, and they have borrowed the term terrorism from others and started using it against others. For example, they would say the Baluchis are terrorists. They would say that the Afghanis are terrorists, and they would say that all others, Bharat has got a lot of terrorists and there are terrorist activities. They will say that, let them say, because saying is, whenever Pakistani says to, no one takes it seriously. They are trying to speak for their own kind of satisfaction, and also at the same time they've got such nitwit community and such nitwit society. Whatever these people say is carried or believed by others. That's what is apparent. And they have these terrorist camps. They do have terrorist camps, and these terrorists are supported by Pakistanis, but terrorists are getting money from many other sources apart from the Pakistani government's support. So the Pakistani government need not to fund them to that extent. They have their own funds, but the thing is that they receive funds from others. Pakistan gives them a space to operate from. And also something amazing, that society respects terrorists as jihadis. Jihad is a holy war, literally is a holy war, but then jihad is used as an attack on the kafirs. That's where we have problems. That's where we have problems with them. But for a common man living in Pakistan, a jihad is worth respecting, and that these terrorists are getting. And what's the operative of terrorists? They make a living out of terrorism. Terrorists they're professional terrorists. They don't have anything else to do. No special, nothing is required to become a terrorist except hatred to others, hatred to everyone, even to oneself, possibly to after an extent. So this goes on. So long as this goes on, there is no question of any human consideration to them. Let's say logically that human consideration should be extended to humans, where people are humane. Once these things are not there, why should you think about humanitarian considerations to somebody who don't not only just behave as non-humans, but also exist as non-humans? No consideration is required, where we should have taken these steps long back, and these steps has come much later. And they shout, they challenge, they say all kinds of things as usual. From there nothing comes out. Remember Shakespeare, much ado about nothing. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.